Have you ever noticed the more you earn, the less comfortable you feel? Not poorer, just tighter, like your money is always being used correctly, but somehow never enough. Let's take a normal situation. You're in your late 20s or early 30s. You live in the US, the UK, or somewhere similar. You make around $70,000 a year. After taxes, that's roughly $4,200 a month. Nothing extreme, a solid, respectable income. Now look at where it goes. Rent or mortgage, $1,600. Car payment, $450. Insurance, fuel, maintenance, $250. Student loan, $300. Groceries, $400. Subscriptions, phone, internet, $200. Eating out, social life, $300. Credit card minimums, $250. That's already around $3,750. And we haven't included savings, or emergencies, or anything unexpected. So what happens? You feel like you're doing everything right, but still living slightly behind your income. Pause. Shift tone slightly. This is where most people make a quiet assumption. They think, I need to earn more. But that's not actually the core issue. Because if your income goes from $70,000 to $90,000, your life doesn't stay the same. Your expectations move with it. You upgrade your apartment. You justify a better car. You travel a little more. You stop thinking twice about smaller purchases. Not because you're irresponsible, but because it feels reasonable. This is the part no one really explains. Your spending isn't random. It's aligned with what you believe your life should look like at your income level. Scene 3. Simple math breakdown. Let's say your income increases by $1,200 a month after tax. Seems like a big improvement. But your rent increases by $400. Your car upgrade adds $250. Your lifestyle spending rises by another $300. Now you've already absorbed $950. And the remaining $250? It disappears into small upgrades you barely notice. Better groceries, more convenience, less friction. So even with a higher income, your financial position barely changes. Scene 4. Psychological reason. This isn't about discipline, it's about identity. At every income level, people quietly ask, what does someone like me live like? And then they match it. Not consciously, not strategically, just naturally. If your peers upgrade, you feel behind if you don't. If your environment normalizes certain expenses, they stop feeling optional. So your lifestyle expands, not because you chose it carefully, but because it became your new baseline. Scene 5. Debt layer POV. Now let's zoom out. At low income levels, debt feels stressful. Every payment matters. At middle income levels, debt feels manageable. You can afford the minimums. You're not panicking. But this is where it becomes dangerous, because now debt blends into your lifestyle. Car payments feel normal. Credit card balances feel temporary. Monthly obligations feel permanent. You stop seeing debt as something to eliminate and start treating it like part of your identity. Scene 6. Long-term impact. Here's what happens over time. You keep earning more, but your obligations grow at the same pace. So instead of building wealth, you build a more expensive version of the same life. 10 years later, you're earning significantly more, but still relying on monthly income to sustain everything. No real margin, no real flexibility, just a higher cost routine. Scene 7. Perspective shift. Financially intelligent people don't necessarily earn dramatically more. They just interpret income differently. When their income increases, they don't ask, what can I upgrade? They ask, what can I keep the same? Because they understand something simple. Every fixed expense you add becomes a long-term commitment, not just financially, but psychologically. It locks in a version of your life that becomes harder to step away from. Scene 8. Subtle reframe. So the real question isn't, how do I stop spending? It's, what kind of life am I trying to maintain and why? Because once your expectations stabilize, your finances start to make more sense. Not because you're restricting yourself, but because you're no longer expanding automatically. Conclusion. Calm, grounded. Most people don't stay financially stuck because they're careless. They stay stuck because their lifestyle quietly grows faster than their awareness. And without noticing, they build a life that requires constant income to sustain. Not freedom, just continuity. Soft call to action. If this made you think a little differently about your own situation, you can subscribe for more calm, realistic breakdowns like this.